Good afternoon to all of you out there. Welcome to Body Mind Soul Live Talk number 990. And on the 90th episode, we are going to do something very special. The topic today for this afternoon is how do men support each other? And this is Christina, your host of Body Mind Soul Live Talk. And we've been doing this for the past 2 years, ever since 2020. And for those of you who are currently tuning in and watching it, I don't care where you're coming from, who you are, what you can do is drop me a comment on the comment box and let me know that you are here together with me. You know why? Especially if you are a lady, I would very, very much welcome you tonight, this afternoon, to let me know you're watching it, because I will be having three handsome, smart, gentlemen joining me tonight, today to talk about how do men support each other. And if, let's say, this question has been running in your mind, right, for the longest time, and you have been wondering, Mars and Venus, you can't really understand the Mars part, the species from the Mars, which is usually referred to men, right? So this is where you are going to have lots of clarity from the men themselves. And I can assure you, the three men are ready to open up their heart to share with us, all the juicy stuff that perhaps we can't truly or really get it from our spouse or from our partners, even from our boyfriends, if you are a girl watching it right now. Okay, so let me know if you have any question. If you want to drop me any messages, please go ahead. And before I go on further, I would love to let you know once again that Raya is coming over. And I know today a lot of us are on our journey, balik kampung or going for holiday. So if you are watching it or listening to this, tuning in while you are on the road, I wish you have a safe journey going home for a holiday or for a celebrations. And if you are now at home, having a very chillax weekend, it's going to be a long weekend, right? Have a great one while having more and more interesting and fun conversation is coming up to entertain you as well. So, of course, with that, I'll also like to say hello and welcome to all those who is your first time tuning into Body Mind Soul Live Talk. And if you don't know what we do, we started off in 2014 as a magazine publication. And of course, eventually over the years, we have ventured into a media that has live talk, like this kind of video production, as well as online event and also offline event as well. So our aim is to impact lives positively, is to also impact all the community out there, positively, to let everyone know that, hey, wherever you are right now in the junction of your life, you're not alone. You have a community over here that is supporting you, that is here to cheer you up, that are here ready to be your cheerleader. Okay, so of course, with that, how do we cheer you up? One of the way is you can read our entire collection, Body Mind Soul magazine, ever since volume 1 up to our latest volume 32, free online. If you can just join our Body Mind Soul community, you can download the e-magazine for free. If you are looking for a hard copy, we do have hard copy of our past volume. So, of course, you will ask me, what do we have for our volume 32? So, here you go. So we have Going Bananas, we have This Mystical of Light, we have Healing Going Through Grief, we have Dare to Be Unique if you are looking to be one, Energy of Our Seasons is part 1, Power of Light as well. Of course, Recipe, you do have that, and some games over here, and Thriving in the Abundance Mindset, The Path to Integrity, and of course, Words of Power to Transform Life and Emergence of the True Self. So these are all the articles available for you to have a read yourself, so that you can enjoy your weekend even better and with quality. So is everyone ready, to welcome the three gentlemen joining me today, this afternoon? I believe we are going to overrun the live talk, so we welcome, if you have, let me just put it out straight, because when the four of us on screen later, I don't think I will have gap to talk much. So I'm going to say straight here that if you have any question, if you have any comment, don't be shy. Pull it up on the screen. Even if you're watching it watching this as a replay right now, you do have any question, you can still put up it on the comment, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook. I will make sure that we will have someone to reply and attain to you. Okay. So of course, let's welcome YK, Michael, and Chong to join me today in this afternoon, right? To make sure that all four of us are here. All right, there we go. Hello, everyone, and make sure that your mic is unmute. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
everyone. Good afternoon.
Good
Good afternoon,
afternoon,
everyone.
beautiful people.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you maybe the three of you can take turns to introduce yourself because we don't have the names on the screen. So I think I'll start with YK.
Hi, everyone. I'm YK. So I'm one of the practitioner in the Golden Space Malaysia. So my full-time job is working as an electrical engineer, serving under
Wow.
this Board of Engineer Malaysia. Yeah. So I'm working in the construction line. So for myself, I'm practicing this awareness and mindfulness. So yeah, that's about me.
All right, so let's go to Chong.
Hi everyone, I'm Chong. I'm also a practitioner in Golden Space Malaysia. But I have a full-time job, and I'm a finance and a compliance guy in a trading company. And by night, sometimes I'm a vampire. Of course, I'm kidding.
What kind of
That's who I
thing
am,
you
yeah.
suck? Yeah, vampires suck blood. So what kind of
Well,
thing you suck at night then?
I'm like a butterfly. I suck the honey out of flowers, or
Oh
like a bee,
wow! All
for that
right,
matter.
that's a good one.
All right.
That's a good one, like a bee.
And
Okay.
that's it. That's me. Yeah.
All right. So how about Michael? A little bit to the
Hello,
audience.
everyone. Most important thing is I'm a man, huh? I'm a man, true man. And I understand
All
men.
right.
That's why we are here to talk about men. I'm a practitioner
Okay.
at the
So
Golden Space.
all
Okay.
right.
So, and I also have a daytime job as a trading guy for an international company. So,
Mhm.
life has been pretty good. So, shoot.
Okay.
Thanks.
So for all the audience out there, if you are tuning in right now, you can still like and share this live talk out, whether it's on YouTube or as well as it on Facebook. Do invite more of your friends to join. And we welcome all the guys and all the girls to actually join us today because we are going to have a very fun conversation that we will be. And because we are going to talk about how do men support each other. I think the first thing that I would very much curious is, do men really need support? You see, because men are always being seen, they are, macho, they don't really like to talk about stuff, and I mean, that is what I observed from my father and even my brothers. They have problems, they don't really talk about it. So since I have three men with different age group, I think I have the 30, 40s, and 50. I'd be very kind. 30, 40, 50s, let's put it this way. So how about I start with the 30 first? You know
Oh,
who you
okay.
are.
Do do men really need support? Okay, to answer this, actually, I think yes. Everyone needs support. Yeah, especially men nowadays. Later on, we'll be having some sharing from Brother John about how society give some perception to men. I think that one is very much suitable for Brother John to share. Yeah. So to me, yes, men do really need help, and we'll talk about it more after this. Yes, I pass to
Okay.
Brother Mike first, then Brother
Yes.
John. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
the I'm
30,
the
40,
20.
50s. Let's
No,
do.
no, no. I'm the 20 one, the youngest one.
Oh, come on, my. All
Baby
right,
Mike,
the
baby Mike.
20 group. Ah, yes.
Yeah, because I was once 20th before, so I know.
Okay.
Yes, to answer your question, to answer your question, yes, very much. The yes, men as much as woman, man is a human being.
Mhm.
Men need support, but the only problem is men don't admit that they need support. That is the
I think
biggest
this is
problem
a.
here. That
I
is the
think
biggest problem. Yes.
you highlighted the best quote and the best statement today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of fill up the hole in a lot of women's heart,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I'll move to Chong.
Um, Well, definitely, as a human being, men are the other half of the human race, and we do need support. Not and to say that we need support from men is just as valid as we say we need support from women, but it's in another form, no? Like because men being men, no, we understand each other better because we've gone through the same experience, we've gone through the same hormones, we've gone through the same troubles and challenges as men in our lives, competition and stuff like that. Now, and I must say, to continue with what YK was saying just now,
Yep.
women have been imposed with a lot of expectations in our lives from the day we are born because of this the social stereotyping or social conditioning of the of boys, yeah, that men, or boys, ever since we are kids, we are told, that boys should not cry,
Yeah.
boys must be brave, yeah, and
Yes.
boys must win, yeah. Everything you do, you must win, yeah? And then you must behave, like a man, and all this stuff, which is
Even like the stand-up comedian, be a man, do the right thing. That was the most famous, right? That was the most
Russell
famous
Peters, right?
statement ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Be a man, do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically that sums up, the expectations that society has placed upon us. And this thing about society, actually, who is it? Who is it? But actually, it's we ourselves. It's just like women, no? Do you know? I don't know, have you realized, no, that sometimes women are harder to women than men are harder to women? Like the classic. Sometimes you watch dramas, right? The mother-in-law, is crueler to the daughter-in-law, than the men around them. It's like they're perpetuating, this the imprisonment of women, the social imprisonment of women. So same with us, same with men. This thing has been put upon us by even our fathers, yeah. Who
Yeah,
and looking back, upon my own upbringing, I would say that even my father, he I admired my father a lot, and I looked up to him. He was my hero.
yes.
So I naturally, I would tend to want to copy him. So I place the
Yeah.
expectation on myself. Yeah. So it's not only
Yes.
the social
Yes.
expectation, but even my own expectation that I put upon myself. So by
Yes.
and large,
Yes.
and and the emotional
And
part seems to be missing. Yeah, as a man,
yes.
for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
And,
yeah.
and if
And I
I can
believe,
just and if I
yes.
can just
Go
add
ahead. Go
on to
ahead.
what Brother Chong mentioned just now, you see
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned everything correct. And another part that was always placed on men is that forever problem that you have, forever things that you need to go through, you have to go through it by yourself. When you seek
You
support,
know,
it's a
saying of that, you just have a comment here. So, Michael, men pretty lonely and soloism.
yes,
True, they
because
keep to themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
we are taught and we are brought in such a way that seeking help is the form of weakness. That every
Yep.
problem that you have, men are so competitive among men. They don't share, they don't talk, they don't, the good things they keep to themselves.
Yeah.
Only
The
when they
bad
want to
things,
share,
eh?
it's like a bad
The
things
bad
they,
things,
they
eh?
share with everything. I'm just
May I
joking.
continue with this? May I continue with
Okay,
Yes,
this?
go
yes,
ahead,
please.
So,
go
like
ahead.
like
Please,
what
please.
Brother Chong, yeah, like what Brother Chong and Michael mentioned just now, the society have implement and maybe program us to think in this way. But inside of us, emotionally, maybe there's some weak point or there's some part that need to be what do we call healed. So that is the part that
Yep.
men
Yep.
do really need support.
Yep.
Yes,
Mm,
emotionally, maybe I'm really feel sad about something. I never talk
Yes.
about it and never share about it. But how is the thing if it keep too long? So it
Mm,
become
mm,
a
mm, mm,
unbalance for
mm,
someone already.
mm.
So that is the
Yeah.
part that men
Yeah.
really need
What,
support. Yep.
yes. What I think we also need to highlight to the audience is that when we talk about support here, we are referring to emotional support. We are not
Yep.
referring to, buddy drinking those physical kind of support. We
Can
have
also
to,
lah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
yes. it's good to set the support context
Right,
correctly,
context.
so
We were
that,
talking about
you know,
emotional, really emotional support where you can really share out all the problems that you had, how you feel, at that situation, what is going through your life, those kind of support is what we meant here. Okay?
Yeah, and one very clear way of putting it is, you see, because we place upon ourselves, as because society placed on us, so we follow the expectation that no, boys cannot cry, no, we cannot show emotions. But that is not balance, that is not balance. You see, it's like me, if I have something, if I feel emotional, if I feel sad or whatever, and here it says, everywhere, from every direction it says, don't get emotional, don't be emotional. Yeah, boys don't cry. So I hold that inside, I suppress that inside, and it's not helping me, because one day this thing, this emotion will rot inside me, and it will destroy me. And it's not only me that will be affected, it's my family as well. Because being married, what about my children? If I can suppress and keep all this inside, and it eats me up from inside, so it's not healthy at all.
Yeah.
And we need to balance it up.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm very curious, of course, the three of you currently are a certified practitioner under the Golden Space, and all three of you are practicing under Golden Space Malaysia. But prior to that, can I assume that all three of you drop into the common society perception where you also hide your feelings, where you also feel shy to talk about it, right? So how did you bring courage to even take that first step to move forward, to open up yourself? So YK, you're smiling. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, my mind is blank right now, but what I can think of is I didn't expect this coming, but
that is the fun thing. That's the fun thing having a conversation with Christina. I always give you surprise.
Okay, what I can share is maybe this is one of my experience that I can share. So if everything in someone's life is going down to the bottom of the life, so that if there's no choice, then you will automatically seek out for help. That's one of my experience. So where is the courage come from to seek for help? So yeah, maybe you can choose to talk to someone. That is the most direct method. Talk to someone and try to listen and try to digest. I think that's one of the method to seek out for help. Yeah,
Michael, what are the things that you would like to add on to this? How do you find courage? Yes.
For me is that it's not easy in the beginning. It's not easy to have the courage to really share with your current friends, with your colleague, and I have to admit that I don't even have the courage to talk on what I felt emotionally.
Yes.
Maybe it's easier to talk to my spouse a little bit, but not too much, right? And and it's only when I really want to improve, when I'm really good, when I really reach the point of I can't figure it myself. None of my friends can help me. None of my current friends can help me. Then talking to a stranger or talking to someone who is more professional, who is more who have this professional skill, then it helps me to have the courage to talk to them, knowing that they can help me, knowing that I might not be alone. I might not be alone in this situation. Yeah.
I guess
That is why I have the courage.
I guess you guys did mention, I like what YK said just now. It's like it kind of answered the question, like when should a person seek for help, especially for men, on emotional support. It's really like when you have try out everything and you're at the lowest point of your life, you feel like there is no other solutions or other choices, and that is where you truly be authentic and just open up yourself. Hey, I need to talk to someone. I need that support feeling emotionally so that I can move forward, so that I can be better, right? You know, it's kind of like combine the two of you. I also want to ask, right? I think this is good to ask Chong, you know, since we are talking about having that courage, right, and having that awareness. So we all, I think the three of you come from not asking and then take up the first step courageously to ask, all right? Chong, do you find it easy to, or feel it easy to find someone to talk to, especially as a man, to open up yourself emotionally? Do you open up with your wife? We do know like Michael opened a little bit, but not all. Okay. So how about you, John?
In some, excuse me.
Mm.
In some areas I do, in some areas I don't. Like take for instance, in matters of finances, I will, yeah, because this is a shared concern, I would say, in our family. Now, but on the health part, no, like again, I would say there's a shared concern because we're a family. But no, sometimes I don't say things because I don't want to worry her. You know what I'm saying? Now, and this is, I feel this is, if I may, I would say that a lot of men are like that. A lot of women are like that. Not women, but women. WE. A lot of women are like
Okay.
that. Because we do not want to make our wives worry, or we want them to, especially like my wife, she has she has a tendency to worry about such things, so I don't, until when it gets really serious, then only I tell her, like when I need to go to a physiotherapist, which is my current issue now. Now I'm seeing a physiotherapist. But when I was having this bone, it's actually my neck here, my neck. When I was having the pain, and it went to my arm, I did not tell her about it until it got really bad, and that's when I had to tell her, But the courage, in terms of courage, I wouldn't say it's courage or what, but I would like to say something about this word courage. You see, women are supposed to be brave and courageous, not to be fearful. But when it comes
Be
to
the
things
man,
like that,
do
we
the
chicken
right
out.
thing.
Yeah. When it comes to talking, we chicken out. That's so ironical, that's so funny, because it's the easiest thing to do, right? It's just using the mouth. Well, we use our mouth for a lot of things, but we should do it more for talking also, right? Expressing ourselves. So I find that very strange. I'm not saying other men are like that. Even I myself, I'm like that. Yeah. I mean, it's just a tendency, I suppose. So yeah. That's how I see things.
Right. And I'd like to thank the three of you for being so honest and open and just share, your based on your own experience. Yes, YK, you want to add something, but before you want to add, hold on to that. I would like to welcome all our audience who have just joined us right now. And if you have any question, any comment, if whether you're men or women, right, please put it up on the comment box so that whenever the time is right, I'll definitely pull it out. And if it's a question, I will ask our guest over here. So yes, YK, what else would you like to add on?
Yeah, just now when I talk about the lowest point of life, no choice
I
but
wanted
we
to
will.
ask you.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you actually.
Yeah. Yep.
So after brother Chong has, Chong has concluded about is it easy to find someone to talk to? That is where I want to bring it back. Do men always wait until seriously no choice? Or at the
Humans.
lowest point?
Yeah, like me, no choice.
Okay,
My bone pain, no choice. So I had to tell already.
Yes,
Let's see,
yes,
physiotherapist.
I mean,
I would have gone. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, okay, three of us admit here, but it doesn't represent all men do that, lah. Yeah. And
Yes,
from my
yes.
experience, I would like to advise also. Actually, we don't need to wait until our lowest point of life to seek out for help. We don't need to do that.
Or
We
support.
can do some
Yeah, or
planning.
support.
Do some preparation before the rain. We can get ourselves read more about understanding own self, understanding about emotion, or we join some friends who is more having more higher awareness, or to talk about life and this kind of preparation. I can say it do really help to, even though there's something big come to you, bring you down to the lowest point of your life, you are prepared. So you're not kelam kabut and don't know what to do and so depressed at that moment. We don't need to go through that. In fact, we don't need to go through that. We can do some preparation, seek out for some friend, talk to friend, or join some society. I mean, groups or what. That is a preparation to me. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that you bring out I like that I like that the fact that you bring out join some group and things like that. But before that, I want before I go to my next question, my next surprise question from all of you, I have some comments that I must pull it out. We have Jean saying over here, hey brothers,
bro.
and yeah, Jean is saying, just to share, being the right guy for the right partner makes a lot of difference. It's take two to grow a healthy relationship together. When the combination happens, telling your partner is easier because both appreciate vulnerability and openness. Yeah, Jean, thank you very much for your comment over here. And we welcome anyone else who would love to drop one or two of your wise statement so that we can uplift whoever that is watching it right now. Of course, coming back to this context of how do men support each other, for all the audience, right, you might have realized that on Friday for the past 2 months, we have been having these three gentlemen rotating themselves to host TGIF Men Circle, and they really host rotating, right? They really host a safe space for men and really encouraging men to express themselves, and also, the three of you talk about deep things like emotions, like talk about love. You did talk about relationship. And I just have a question for the three of you. So when the three of you gather together, this is related back to the group that YK say, right?
Yep.
Did you guys support each other, or did you did you really talk things out like what you are sharing right now with our audience?
We don't. I hate these guys. Okay, I despise them. Get away from here! Get away from here!
We just talk serious matter. No, yeah. To be true, just allow me to share a bit outside of this group.
Yes.
Yeah, we do talk. We do talk. Most important is what we are going through emotionally, because some of the topic that we discussed on the live talk, or on the things that we are planning to do in the future, like the upcoming workshop or the support group, we also talk about the things that it's been bothering us, emotion that has been bothering us. Yeah, and we share it out. From we try to support each other in our very own way. For example, maybe Brother Chong is the wisest among all of us. Right? Not because of his age, but he's really wise.
The whitest.
You point out
So he will give us a lot of wisdoms, a lot of pointers on how, especially on how we can improve ourselves.
Older son.
Anyway,
True.
I mean, YK, since you are being the youngest, right? So I want to throw a more difficult question for you. So
don't bully him,
how? I will not. We are a community that talks about inspiring, and impacting lives positively.
Yeah.
I would love to understand, YK, you being the new father who you have a baby just like, I think 1 year plus, right? And you have two brother here who already a seasoned father, right? In this context, is there is there any real life example that you truly grateful for having this man circle that the three of you are hosting it together, where you receive support from the rest? Because I'm very curious, how do men support each other? For women, we like to come out for coffee, for dessert, and then we talk our things out. We talk all little small things, right? But I'm not sure how men support each other. So I want to
yeah.
understand from you, YK.
So yeah, definitely no problem. So what happened is how do I receive support from Brother Chong and also Brother Michael is on and off we'll be having some gathering and discussion. Before the discussion we'll be having some casual chat and hey, how are you going on, brother? So I'll always tell that I'm facing this and facing that emotionally. How do I feel? So there's a lot of example and sharing from these two wise men, and then all that experience is very very precious. That immediately I can get. Hey, from that sharing, actually, that is the solution there for me to try. So whether it's suitable, I just go and try. So luckily, it do help to at least emotionally solve the stress that I'm facing at that moment.
Like it kind of ease the heaviness inside you.
Yeah. And then through the discussion, we set the objective for the discussion, and we go along. We discuss about the objective, but along the way, the experience shared is really easing, and then we crack some jokes, so it makes the situation lighter and not that heavy as before I joined the discussion. That is for real. So a lot of time, I think almost every time we'll be talking a little bit about ourselves. So this is how I think I received support from Brother Chong and Brother Michael. And just now when you share about women discussion, and I find that because I understand from women discussion and also men discussion, do you let me share the differences?
Okay,
So,
based on your view, because today is very lucky you have a women here and I have 3 men over here. So of course we don't represent the entire human race, but it's our personal experience, because I have interesting question from the crowd coming up for all of us over here. Okay, so but anyway, YK, go ahead.
Okay. So as I understand that like for women discussion is more like telling every little thing in life, and you share about your feeling. If you today you feel like you want to cry, you cry in front of a group of friends, and you tell
group of girlfriends.
Small thing you discuss about it, and tell it in very detailed kind of emotion. How do you feel? But for men, I realized that from our discussion is very different. Because sometimes I also join my wife chit chat group, so I listen to what they share. This is what I find.
Does your wife know?
Okay. Go ahead. So what is the
listening.
difference between men then?
Yeah, for men we are like more straightforward. We do set the objective for that day. Hey, today what we want to discuss, let's start with this one. So along the way we chat, we make the message very clear and direct, very clean type of a discussion or conversation. So it's very direct, and then we crack some jokes. So it is very different kind of discussion, from what I realized. So it can be both of them using English, but it's total of different language.
And that reminds me of what Stacy shared last week, because Stacy was here last week, one of our guests, and we were talking about the 3 common mistakes that in marriage, and one of the things that she said is the love language. You see, so YK, you are correct. We are all speaking English, but somehow or rather the language is different, and I must admit that oftentimes for a girl groups, right, when we come out and talk, we wanted to talk about A, and somehow it will go all the way to Z, and we don't even know how we landed on topic Z. So yes, we talk about all the nitty gritty stuff, and then somehow it just different. So what is your language then? What, based on your observation, the man language is straight to the point. Is that
straight to the
one
point,
of the
make it clean, then
most
jokes.
obvious?
May I give one example of how these different languages?
Yes.
Take shopping, for example. We men, we want to buy something. We know what we want to buy. We go straight to the shopping mall. We buy it and we come back. I mean, I suppose you know what a woman does when you all go shopping. Right? So
there's an objective, right?
Yeah. That is the definition of how women, the language of men and women. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
So going
And
back
when
to
when
Yep.
when I was younger, I never understood why is it such a what's the word? Such a hassle for my dad to go shopping with me and my mom. It is such a cruel experience for him because he would rather sit in the middle. You know, shopping malls, they have the chairs in the middle,
Bench.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the benches, you know. So he will pick the middle of the shopping mall, and he will just
and
sit on the bench and he just wait there. So what he did when I was younger was he will tell me, you go pick everything, and when you need to pay, you ask me to get up from my chair. I just go pay. That's it. The rest, I don't
Wow.
want to involve.
That's
Thinking
what
of
I
see,
did.
that.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yes.
mean, I mean, this is interesting. Yes.
So going
Yes,
back to
YK.
how men support each other, brother Mike, I think this is
Exactly.
one of the way. Yeah. So brother Mike always cracks jokes, and it really help at least easing the stress at that moment. And then I really appreciate all the experience shared by two senior here. Yeah, it really helped every time when I listen to them. Yeah, yeah, brother Mike.
Okay. I'm gonna bring out two questions. One
Okay.
is asking from a man perspective, and one is asking from a woman perspective, and direct to one of the guests over here. So we have one question: why wives like to nag at men or keep grumbling at their nitty-gritty details or shortcomings? So this is question number one. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
let the three of you, based on your current awareness and the topic that we are talking. So there is a guy asking the three of you for advice or your comment. So this is question number one. The interesting one is the question number two, and it's directed to YK. Question to YK: do you open up and share your problems with wife, or prefer to speak to your brother's group? I guess you know what, YK? This question is a question that has been the biggest question in all the wives' club. Why do my husband prefer to share their problem with others rather than me? Or did my husband truly share all the problems with me? And I think it goes back to something that we have discussed earlier on, but I believe
Yeah.
it's good to dive in a little deeper.
Yeah.
So shall we go to the last question that directed to YK? Yes, YK. So do you open and share your problems with your wife, or you prefer to speak to your brother's group over here?
Yeah, brother, I think all of us do agree that some mechanism is actually ongoing in the society. How do we choose to seek for answer? Means to certain group of people. How are we talking about problem and solution and about emotion? So to answer, may I have the question one more time again?
Yes, of course. Hold on.
I think for this question, I need to really be careful to answer this. Question to YK: do you open up and share your problem with your wife? Okay, let's make the question stay here. Do you open up and share your problem with your wife? Yes. Of course, I do share my problem with my wife, and I think most of the time she listen. What did I face? Maybe maybe the solution will come later, but a lot of time I can say that in the lowest point of my life, actually my wife always is the one who bring me up back again, give me some solution. Like coming to this the Golden Space Malaysia, she showed me the way. Yeah. So I think I have answered the first part. Or prefer to speak to your brother's group. Of course, for some question or problem like more career related one is more like I don't say it's more to egoistic kind of a problem. I would prefer to speak to my brother because they might be having some experience and giving a better advice. Of course, similar kind of all the problem. I will try to talk to my wife. Depend on the time.
Maybe what he's trying to say is to get maybe what he's trying to say is to get a different perspective, a different
Yeah,
opinion.
different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, if I would like to seek for a more straightforward answer, then maybe I'll go to my brother.
Okay, thank you, YK.
Yeah.
Chong, do you have anything that you would like to add on to this? Since this is one of the biggest question in the wives club, I believe so.
Yes, actually, we do. You see, of course, I would say that that depends on your husband's, on the husband's. I wouldn't say preference, but the way he's brought up, the way he thinks about things, the way he looks at things. Yeah, that is the one of the factors. Now, for me, having gone through, all these communication things and all that, I feel that talking to my wife is very important. Sharing things with my wife, because we have a shared life, and what I decide, I cannot decide on my own, because it involves her and the children as well. So it is to me, it is imperative that I share this kind of, like I said just now, financial problems. I would say financial problems or financial issues I would certainly share with her. Yeah. And the health issue I would share with her, because it affects her, but I just don't want to worry her. So that's for me, that's the reason why I don't do it. Yeah. But generally, it is my responsibility to share things with her, but on the let's say we don't talk about this responsibility thing, but emotionally also, yeah, to have a shared life. I married her to be a partner, to be my life partner. And it's important that I share myself emotionally with her as well. Although she may not understand some of my problems, because obviously we men are made differently from women. The way we deal with emotions are different. The way we feel emotions could perhaps be different. Yeah, could perhaps, I don't know, because I haven't been a woman in this lifetime yet or before. But you know what I'm saying. So yes, I make it a point to even share myself emotionally with her. But the truth be told, sometimes that male ego or those male conditioning things do come in. Yeah, do come in. And sometimes I hold myself back. But then when I realize it, or when she points it out to me, then I will bring it up. Then I will open myself up. It's all about opening up, really. Because a lot of times when we close ourselves up, which is, like I say, it is not healthy at all. To be open up and share ourselves, without care in the world, it's just like having abundance, Where you open yourself and it's so full, you just do what you are, you just be who you are, without having to be shamed or ashamed or to be shy, to be ashamed, or to feel weird or what. No, it's nothing. No, it's not weird. Emotions are to be felt and expressed.
I like what I'm actually curious and surprised to see my mom comment on this live talk, and her comment about men is in Mandarin 大多数是报喜不报忧，不想太担心. It means that most of the time, based on her experience, is the men always share the good news, and the bad news they always kept it for themselves, because they don't want they keep it to themselves. They don't want to burden the wife. They doesn't want to the wife to get worried. But I have a question out of this context. Michael, what if man feels not good to share with wife, and like what my mom say over here, it feels more burden and there's no solutions. They know that if they share with the wife, no solutions, and what they will receive is only nagging. Have you ever experienced something like that? And if you do, what is your advice?
Yeah, I've experienced the same what your mom said, and I totally understand what she's coming from. And the thing is that as all men, they are trying to be protective. right? They're trying to be protective of their family. They don't want their family to worry. That is one of the main reason why they don't really speak out. They don't want the other partner to feel the burdens. Because men are they're taught that they are brought up to suppress everything, to handle everything by themselves. But but with the awareness and with the courage that that I have now, whenever I have a problem, whether it's work, whether it's finance, whether it's emotion, when I talk to my wife, I find that I don't. It's not that I burden her. It's more like telling her how my current situation are, what I'm feeling at this moment. At least she understands what I'm going through. But ultimately, we have to go. We have to solve the issue by ourselves. But just that by telling her, by expressing out, we are letting her know that we need some space to settle things that we need to settle. And from there, they will understand. My wife understand, right? And of course, she also gave me valuable advices. She gave me valuable advices, from what she have gone through, maybe from the woman point that we men never thought about it. Sometimes it could help, sometimes it could not, right? But it is that the openness. I would say that openness to share that give us, that it could really really help us.
From the sharing, yes, YK, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I totally agree with what brother sharing here. And the other day we was talking about all this situation, all the man thought is actually society programming to us. It's a society programming. Men should do this. Men should not do that. Men should take care of the family and should hold the most responsibility. So all this programming already inside man's mind. So going back to the topic, do men need support? So from this, for a man to break out from this programming, you need to talk to someone to help you breaking out from this kind of programming thought. Yeah. Go back to you, Christina. Yeah.
And what were your advice to Al, which asked the question quite some time ago, but I hold on to that question because I don't have the right space to put this out. So what is your advice to women to the men right now if they chose to share, or if the wives still like to nag? What would your advice to them? I think I will ask Michael. Just one person to answer this.
Back to her.
No. I think the most important thing for a man is to understand the woman's point of view, the wife's point of view. Don't treat it as a nag. Treat it as a conversation, as a form of expression that the wife is trying to tell us, and understand from that point where she's coming from. Right? Don't judge that conversation as a nag from the beginning. Try to understand from her point of view, just like the wife try to understand our situation. When you come from, then you have a longer discussion. You go deeper on what is the problem, what is the issue that you are both facing. That is how you nurture your relationship with your spouses or with your partner. No, it's not. Don't we men shouldn't label. We men shouldn't label everything that the wife say or the partner say is a nag. We shouldn't do that, and it is wrong to do that, right? Because it's better. I would say I prefer my wife to talk to me than not to talk to me. It's better that she talk to me, or maybe some people label as a nag to me than not talking to me when I come back.
Yeah,
Right?
I think one of the common thing that I always heard is, if one day that I don't nag you means I don't care of you. That
Yes,
is why I
yes, yes.
stop nagging you,
Yeah,
right? And
yes.
It's true.
yeah, I'm going to bring this out as well. During the Stone Age, men has a single task to go hunting for food. Women has multiple tasks. Example, taking care of children, cooking, washing, guarding the house, etc. So that is why men are very focused. Example, like what Chong have said, go for shopping. And you know what? Through the conversation that we had here, what I realized and what I observe is I believe that correct me if I'm wrong, because you all make me realize one thing, that when you are looking for a more solutions based, kind of outcome, you will choose your brothers or the men to speak with, to discuss with, right? But when you are looking for more of like emotional support, sort of like a nurture, a feeling that kind of like uplift your heart, like what YK said, it kind of ease his burden, then you will turn to your wives or women or the girlfriends, whatever, right? In this context, all three of you are married, of course, it's your wives, to look for solutions. Do you agree that in general, because it made me realize that when I needed the space to kind of like let out my emotions, I definitely go for my girls group, my girls chat. But when I looking for a more solutions or clarity, sometimes, right, solution based, I will turn to my guy friends for advice. Chong, what would your say on this?
Yes, generally I do observe that as well. Now, and actually, what is happening right now in the world, as of now, a lot of our solutions are not balanced solutions. Because from a man, the solution will be very, I would say, very. If you talk about yin and yang, it'll be very yang. It's a very man biased kind of solution. Whereas from a woman, it's more, there's it's always they always consider emotions. Yeah, for example, men tend to be more logical, right? When I say bias, I don't mean it's a bad bias. I'm just saying that it's tilted towards one side. So actually, to have a more balanced solution, I would say that I would speak to my bros, and I would also speak to my wife. To get a more holistic view of the my entire problem. So having said
a
that,
more balanced a more
yeah,
balanced view.
that's right. But having said that, no, I also tend to follow what you said just now about if I want some comfort, some nice, some 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 love lah, I would say lah, I would go to my wife. Right?
Yes.
Now if I want that, straight on, yeah, hard solution. I go and see Michael and YK lah. So that's how it is, and I think this conversation has brought me to a realization as well, since you brought it up, and no, from here on, I think I will, try and balance it out, yeah, and seek both views. After all, the partnership, right?
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just going to bring out one comment over here. Thank you, Chong, for, kind of like echo to what I say. Change the perception of the word nag to remind or some others. Yeah, so this is from one of our audience over here about the wife nagging, and I hope this also helped the question that popped up from our comment group just now from our audience. And to all the audience, if you still have any boiling questions that you wish to ask our three guests over here, please do share it out. Or if you have any statement or any wiser wisdom that you wish to share, on top of how do men support each other, do that. We would love to hear from you. And so coming to almost towards the end of the show, YK, yes, go ahead. Yes,
Yeah,
YK, go
I
ahead.
would like to have some quick sharing regarding this nagging from wife. Actually, for me personally, sometimes if I'm facing this kind of situation where my wife nag me, I come to a realization that actually is that the nagging is a problem, or inside of you is having the problem that make you irritated, or that nagging is making you irritated. So I realize
this
that
is a
actually at that
very
moment I'm
wise.
facing some problem that I have no solution. Yes, there's no solution, and I'm in that mood of irritation. That somehow externally there's
Yes.
something come in. So we as we are not aware, we thought that is irritation come from outside, but in fact is that we are the one facing problem that seeking for solution and having the mood of irritation. That is the real problem. Yeah, that's my story.
I love that, and I can
Hi.
see, you know, the two guys are nodding their
Yeah.
head.
But the
Michael,
line
do
is
you
a
want
bit
to add
like
on
over here, is
anything
it?
on top of that? Because I think YK line is a bit blur. Uh, Michael, do you have any wiser wisdom to add on to what YK have just shared with our audience over here?
I totally agree with what YK is saying that, uh, the problem doesn't come from whether it's the label of neck. I don't want to use the label of neck
Yes.
or all those things. I think the problems come. There is actually no problem out of it. It's just whether we have that awareness to really confront the issue that we are facing. Men always try to run away. That is also one problem that the men are always facing. They always try to run away from issue, run away from problems. Whenever
Run
things
away
happen.
from, can I be a little bit more precise, when you talk
Mm,
about problems, usually, can I assume usually is emotional related
yes,
problems?
yes, it's
Okay,
emotional.
because I do see men, I do see men has courage when it comes to external physical
Right,
problems or
right, right,
challenges.
right.
It kind of
Yes.
sparks them up, you know, it kind of sparks up their fire to
Mm-mm.
conquer certain things
Mm,
physically,
mm.
right? But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to emotional challenge or emotional
Mm-mm.
issues, I realize that women sort of have that endurance to face it rather
Yeah.
than men.
Yes,
Do
yes.
you all? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. So I just want to set this right.
Yes, yes, correct. So because we men feel inferior when it comes to emotional issues.
Because a
Out
lot of
of
us don't handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and but with this new age of men coming up, with this new generation of men's, new generations of men wisdom and understanding. I think I'm slowly seeing that there is a change, tilt of balance, that men's are more open, men's are more
Mm-hmm.
willing to express out, right? But they need to
Mm-hmm.
find the right platform. They need to find the
Mm-hmm.
right platform, the right space for them to really share it out. And this is very, very
Mm,
important at this moment.
mm, mm,
Once
mm.
they found that,
And
one that, go ahead.
yes, go ahead. Once they found that.
And once they have found it, it can really help them to overcome the emotional issue that they are facing. So
Mm,
you need to
mm.
give, you need to, for men to really solve this, they need to find the space and they need to find the right people for them to
The r-
express out, to help them out.
Okay. And in your own experience having this three of you, the trio amigos, I always
Yes.
refer the trio amigos, right? This
Mm,
trio amigos circle that the three of you started, and I believe
mm,
there is a mission behind this three,
mm.
the TGIF man circle, and we are about to bring that up and share it with everyone as well. But before we come to sharing, you know, this circle, right? Um, is it easier for the three of you right now to support each other? You know,
Definitely.
are you more comfortable to do that, or it has always been very comfortable along the way
For sure.
with all the knowledges? Okay.
Yes, for sure and definitely. Um, now,
Mm-mm.
of course, three of us have we've known each other for years. And, this is not the first
Mm-hmm.
interaction, of course. And having been similarly trained to support not only men but as well as
Mm-hmm.
women and human beings in general, from what we do in
Mm-hmm.
Golden Space. So we find that we ourselves have resolved a lot of our issues, yeah, through all this mutual support,
Mm-hmm.
and we are living happier lives. We have freed ourselves, from the chains of how we thought things were before this, and that has helped us a lot. And as Michael was saying just now, you know, sometimes a lot of times actually, yeah, it's better to go to a proper to go to a platform, uh, for us to share ourselves, share our issues and our problems, because sometimes it's easier to talk to strangers,
Yeah.
than to talk to people that who know us.
Mm.
Because I always like to say this now, like, a lot of times, from when we are with people that we know, sometimes, there are certain what do you call this, blockages lah, I would say, sometimes, yeah. But that
Or
doesn't negate.
friends are being
Yeah,
too kind, of
yeah,
afraid
yeah,
or concerned of hurting our feelings, right?
yeah. And then we have certain perceptions, and they have certain perceptions of us. So sometimes it's better to start afresh, and talk to a stranger sometimes. That's why, I mean, I'm not encouraging this, of course. Yeah, I'm not encouraging this. Sometimes, like men, we go to go and drink, to drink our problems away. And
Mm-hmm.
in the pub, in the pub or what, we can talk to a stranger about all our problems. Basically, it's not talking. It's not even, maybe not even wanting a solution, but just
Express it
to
out.
yeah, to express out, to let go of the hurt and the pain inside.
Mm, mm,
So yes, and we would certainly like to share this platform with men out there.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
all men are
mm-hmm.
welcome, because
Yes,
we are
yes.
men, and we share the same life, as men,
Mm,
right?
mm. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, I'm going to bring this out to share with everyone. So, as all of you might know or might not know, that this is can I don't have the ticker? Yeah, so it's better. So the three men over here, can I have it as a runner? Yeah, the three men over here have come together to create a man circle. It's going to be a on-site men sharing circle, meaning it is a physical, it's going to be a physical one, right? It's happening on the 12th of May, right? 12th of May. And what are we expecting? I think I'll hear it from Michael. What are we expecting about this? It's from 8:30 to 10 p.m. Yeah, to all the men out there.
Yeah, this
Michael.
men's circle. Sorry, yeah, this men's
Yes, go
circle
ahead.
support group is what we are trying to create here is a safe space. Is a right. It's a platform for all men to
Mm,
who's having any issue that you have in your life. All right, to come
mm-hmm,
and express it. And we
mm-hmm,
hope that with this platform, more men are willing to come forward. You know, to come forward to express it out, so that we can try to help you, to give you some guidance, to give you some solutions from a different
mm,
point of view, right?
mm,
And also
mm.
maybe through some of the experiences that we have gone through, to help you, to
Mm-hmm.
guide you, basically to empower you.
And I must ask, right? Is it is it is it 100% men only?
Yes.
No woman allowed, yeah?
No, unfortunately, no. We might have another support group for men, women, but this time it's
Yeah.
all men.
All right, because we do hear a lot of women support group, right? I
Right,
must
right.
be honest with all of you over here. Women support, women NGO, for single mother, they are always there.
Mhm.
But for single father, I doubt I have heard of it. But to all the audience, if you do have that, please do share with us. I would very much would like to invite them as well, so that they are single mom, they are also single father as well. But oftentimes we pay a lot of attention, or we have the awareness that single mother or women support group. But I'm so excited that the three of you are holding a safe space for all the men to meet up physically in a sober manner, like what Chong are saying, in a sober manner, so that can really have a heart to heart conversation, and without fearing being judged, or without fearing, worrying anyone that they know. And I believe there will be certain simple respecting each other rules that will be set. Would you want to just share one or two, so that whoever man is coming, they can kind of expect it a little bit, that it's really safe? Is there anything? It's like, is it everything that is
Yes.
shared in that hall on that day is going to remain in that hall? That kind of
Yes,
thing? Like
that's
everything, is it
that's
in it's in LA, Las Vegas?
that's
Sorry,
that's
not
rule
LA.
number one. Yes, that's rule number one.
Yes.
Number two
Okay.
is
Okay.
honesty and expression. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because it's time for us to step forward and not limit ourselves. you know,
Mm-hmm.
and open ourselves up, to 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 life,
Mm,
to
mm,
be who we truly really are.
mm.
And
I'm
yeah,
while you're sharing, I'm just going to put this up, or Chong, please continue so that, we have people who know the dates and time. So be honest, be open, and to really share who we truly
yeah.
are. Yeah.
And no, there's no judgment whatsoever, but because like the three of us know we have gone through the golden space training, and
Mm-hmm.
we nothing surprises us anymore. Yeah. And we've been trained. Yeah, definitely we've been trained that there is no judgment in anything. Yeah.
Mm,
And because we know there's 7 billion human beings on this planet, and
mm,
let's say half of them being men and 3.5 billion men. We all share unique experiences, although manly experiences are not mainly, but manly experiences, but still they are unique individual experiences, and no experience is better or worse than the other. They are just
mm,
experiences for us to
mm,
to live life with, and everything has a solution. Every problem, every issue has a solution.
mm,
If we
mm.
only put the intent to look for it.
Okay.
Well said.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So, well, it's happening on the Thursday of 12 May, 8:30 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's after work time. And also, anything else that YK you would like to add on? Like, why should a person go for a professionally trained facilitating this men's circle, this men's circle on site or physical meetup? YK?
Why should men? Yeah, yeah. Can you listen here? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you
Yeah.
Yeah,
listen
yeah,
to
you're
what I
okay.
answer here?
And,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
we
yeah.
can, we
My
can.
line is lagging just now.
yeah, just
So, why
Mm-hmm.
a professional group is important is like for example, like what we are facing in our
A
daily life.
trained group, I would say.
Most of the
Yeah.
time, we are train group, a train group. Without a train group, we might not get to a real or effective solution to us, like what we are facing now or in our life. So with a train group, so it might be quicker and more efficient to reach to the ultimate of solution of a problem, or the ultimate that we're looking for. Uh, so it is important to join a so-called a right group. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
you know,
Okay.
I
So
just want
yes,
to add one more thing. No,
Everyone.
I was
yes,
speaking about
Chong.
the balance. We were speaking about balance just now in solutions. Now this men's circle
Mm-hmm.
group. No, it's not only. We come from both sides of our brain. We say the yin and the yang, the male and the female
Mm-hmm.
side as well. Now what we do is we come from the logical as well as the emotional, because we believe in emotional expression, because that is the balanced and holistic solution. Right? And so in that sense, this is why this platform is different from other platforms. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in those terms. Yeah, because we also
Mm-hmm.
consider the emotional part of this body of ours, this man body of
Mm.
ours. And
Mm.
also we have the physical part, where the
Mm.
mental part, where we seek solutions.
Mm. Mm.
So that's it. Yeah, it's a more holistic way of approaching things.
And we can
All
say that
right.
is,
Yes.
and we can say that it's going to be a little bit different from what the outside circle of men that you'll be having. So this, perhaps we will definitely try to give you as much clarity as possible on whatever you are
Mm.
facing, on whatever things that you are facing, and to
Mm-hmm.
really, our ultimate goal is to help each other,
Mm.
to move forward in their life, so that we can all enjoy what we do in our life.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And to all the wives who are currently listening, or all the girlfriends, you can also encourage the other half to join this. It's on the 12th May of 2020. It's going to be a Thursday, 8:30 to 10 p.m. There will be a small little fee, the 33 ringgit net. It's going to be physical at the Golden Space Malaysia, and I'm sure that you will be able to see the link that is already been shared on the screen, so that you can click on it and have all the detailed information. So I also, want to pull this out from a comment. Men these days are aware that they don't have all the answers all the time. And I feel it's perfectly okay. Just have to work it out together. And what is the together means is also to have a right group with the right peers to go to the I would say the end goal objectively, or the solutions objectively. Having a safe space is always important, and I believe that is why the three of you have been doing and holding the space of TGIF Men Circle. It all started from there, and eventually we built it up into a physical meetup like this coming May 12th. So for all of you who are interested, you can always drop us a comment or write to us or even click the link right away. We are going to end this of today's topic, the episode 90th episode, how do men support each other? And to end this, I always have my final question to all the guest speakers or all the guests who are on Body Mind Soul Live Talk. What is the last takeaway that you wished to shout out to the men out there? So Chong, what would be your last takeaway to shout out?
Don't limit yourself. Let us not limit ourselves as men, but to open up to this other powerful part of us, which is our emotional part, and to freely express it. And in life, and from here on, in life, there'll be no limits.
I like it. How about YK?
Yeah.
YK?
For me, for me, men's do need help. Men's need help, and let's acknowledge it. And to me, group support is very efficient. Effective.
Okay.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
all.
Can really feel it. Can really feel like group support is really efficient. All right. How about Michael?
Okay, I just want to tell all the men out there that you are not alone. You whatever you are going through in your life, you are not alone. Right? What is important here is to have the courage to take the first step. To take the first step to seek for help, to seek for support, and and we hope that this platform that we are hosting on the Men's Circle can really bring that awareness and consciousness to you. So give us a chance and come to support us.
All right. Let us build this community up as well so that, we can impact more men positively, especially those who have been quietly boiling their emotions within themselves and not knowing where they can turn to, because like what we have talked about today, when it comes to looking for support, oftentimes men has that concern being a man based on the community or society bias. The men wouldn't want to worried or burden their family or their friends, so they boil it inside. So of course, having this safe space and this trained facilitation, it also will help all the men out there to finally have a space to express themselves. And with that, I would say, thank you to all our audience who have been so actively participating together with us. We have a heart shape pyong 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 back, and asking us question. And if you're watching the replay and you watch it all the way until this point, if you have any question, do type it out to the comment box, and I assure you I'll get the men to reply you privately. And if you have any further question that you want a one-on-one, you know what? Come on board on the 12th May and get to know these three men physically, get to be bro together with them. And then, of course, you will have the support that you have been yearning for. I would say a goodbye to all the three of you. And thank you very much, for taking your time in this 1 hour, for sharing with us your personal experience, your view of how men support each other, for clearing my doubts, how men talk to each other, why men didn't talk to us as a wife, as a partner. We did talk all these things throughout the conversation. And I hope with this live talk, it will impact and influence someone out there who has been asking all these boiling questions in their heart. And I say goodbye to all the audience. Have a great celebrations of Raya. Have a great holiday for all those who are going for a holiday. And I wish that, you know what, all of the couples, and after today's live talk, you will have a better connection with your other half because you have this piece of understanding. So goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Happy holidays. Bye.